and you picked up yet another possession or use of an abusable volatile. I don't even know what happened because today is the day set for arraignment on this case. What happened on the new case, if you don't mind?
Do you want me to read the procedure?
Yeah, please, because I've not even heard it to know what happened.
I also spoke to the witness yesterday, so 20 minutes from
Great.
now. But on October 17th of 2024, officers responded to a computer-related welfare check at the Dollar Tree located at 14324 at M2920. A witness stated she observed the defendant inhaling from a can of multi-purpose cleaning duster and later observed the defendant slumped over on the steering wheel of her motor vehicle in the parking lot. Upon officer's arrival, officer observed the defendant sitting in the front driver's seat of her motor vehicle with the motor vehicle referee on position. All cans of multi-purpose cleaning duster beside her. Officer observed the defendant to be confused and disoriented. She admitted that she had entered the office depot to purchase several cans of duster with the intent to inhale chemicals in a manner contrary to the directions, cautions, or warnings appearing on the label. And the defendant stated she did so to create or induce a condition of intoxication, hallucination, or elation. And she was found in possession of 3 10-ounce cans and 1 3.5-ounce can.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add to this?
Me, Judge? So the witness who spotted her, she had pulled into the Dollar Tree, parked there, and the defendant's motor vehicle was right next to hers. And she had noticed that it was on. So the witness, she went into the Dollar Tree, then went down to Target, did some shopping, came back an hour later and noticed that the truck was still there and still running. So she got worried, looked through the window, and she found the defendant slumped over. She stayed watching her for a while to make sure she was okay. She didn't feel comfortable driving off. That's when the witness saw her lift her head up slowly and inhale from the can. Again, in front of the witness. And my witness, she told me. And then she slumped back down, and that's when, because she was worried about the defendant driving off in that condition.
I've spoken extensively with Ms. Stefanski about this, Your Honor.
You said the exact same thing to me when we came here the first time, and now she has a new case.
True statement, Your Honor. And
to get her to stop.
Well, in talking to the state, so the plea agreement that we have agreed to with the state is the maximum length of probation to 2 years of probation. So it should be closely monitored during that time period.
I can't monitor her 24 hours a day, though.
But she knows that she's, subject to, random testing or urinalysis and different things.
Still not going to show. I'm forbidding you from going to any store that sells this kind of stuff. You're not to go to any Walmart. You're not going to any Home Depot.
But she's also willing to sign a no driving affidavit, Your Honor, and so only her husband would be driving her anywhere. And so I think that her husband going through the divorce. I just make me think, over this. If this ever happens again, her husband's divorcing her, as I told her, and is going to be closely monitoring her, and she's not driving by herself.
You realize that what you're doing is you deprive your brain of oxygen when you do this, and at some point perhaps you'll hemorrhage yourself, perhaps you'll end up brain dead, you'll incapacitate yourself, that you're going to be unable to without the ability to speak. You do this, and then you get out there, and it happens again.
It scared me so much this time, and
I believe it. I believe it. I don't believe one iota. Nope. You sold me the same thing.
I'm currently attending NA meetings, which I will continue to attend.
I think that, like I said, the combination of her not being able to drive to be able to go get this stuff, and her husband helping to enforcement of the 2 years of probation and making sure that she knows that, she's under
I have a sponsor.
surveillance, that I don't think it will continue to be a problem. I think that when there's been monitoring, there hasn't been a problem. This is just me kind of pulling back the curtain here. This please.
Sure, Haddad, how do we get it to stop?
This is, man, I'm sorry, but if I could just finish that thought a second.
I'm all ears.
Yes, sir.
With any recommendation as how to get it to stop, because I mean, it's not something that I can test that'll show whether someone's using or not.
At this point, I mean, I was hoping that you ever recommend something such as like that's like a intensive treatment made for women. That's
Yes, I mean, yeah.
video more likely
to figure out what the TRS is going to
right.
I think that that's the best thing that we need to do. Yeah, I think that
My opinion, Your Honor, is that the no driving affidavit will cover or will fix the problem. This was when as soon as she started to drive, basically, it became the problem. When the husband said, "Okay, you can drive," then she went to the store and did that, right? Without her being able to drive. And like I said, the husband making sure that that's not happening. Just again, he's not tolerating it.
is the husband here?
He is not here today, but I can get him here if you'd like.
I mean, yeah, I think, Michael, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think what we need to do now, and Craig, I think what we need to do now is have our TRAS to see where we go, because we have clinicians that will be able to tell us how to tackle this problem, because I'm truly at a loss of how to get it to stop, because theoretically this is something that you can get anywhere, right? You can have it delivered through Amazon, right? So
sure, but that hasn't been her MO of doing any of this. I understand you. I hear your words.
been able to drive.
I understand.
Right.
Well, she wasn't able to drive for a while after this happened or whatnot, and then it wasn't a problem. And then when driving resumed, from that resumed being a problem. So that's why I think
I know that for
the
sure.
no driving affidavit would fix that.
Just problem.
I mean, I've explained to her that, what she's signing up for, is a lengthy probation. It's a 2-year probation with potential constant monitoring that whole time, plus whatever TRS conditions and other kind of help that they can, help her with. And then, that if she messes up in probation that she signed up for, 100, that's, what she's understanding. I know that when she was in jail, she spent 3 days in jail on this new offense or whatever. And I know that was a pretty devastating experience for her. She's, 65 years old and, takes a ton of medicines, which she didn't get and stuff when she was in jail. And I know that was a big deal. She's having panic attacks in jail and things. But, I think the conditions that we've agreed to with the state are sufficient. I mean, I wouldn't have signed up.
I mean, I'd like to put on there no possession of any kind of volatile container that can be abused
That's
to
fine.
get high.
Insurance.
I want, no going to Home or Office Depot, Walmart. Ma'am, I want you to understand that if I find you with another of these containers, and I don't care what you're doing, where you're going, who you're with, I'm going to put you in a rehab facility in the jail. And if that's what we need to do to get you to stop, I'm going to do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand? I mean, you're killing yourself slowly. That's all that's happening. And the problem is that everyone around you is suffering. What happens if you do this in the middle of the road while you're driving? I mean, God, if you kill someone, you get charged with murder. Is that the last thing we want you to do is to spend the next 30 years of your life in prison because of a drastic and catastrophic event where you kill someone. And in that kind of stupor state, if you're in a car, it's for begging for it to happen. Okay, so I guess I'd like to do the TRAS to see where we go. So what we're going to do is I don't know how to move forward with this, Ms. Stefanski. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you evaluated by our clinician to see what they suggest is the best way to go forward. So I'm going to have you meet with them, and I want you to be honest, because I want to move forward in the best way possible. If you're not honest with them, a motion to revoke can be filed. We'll put you in custody, and we'll do it next time in custody. I don't want to have to do that. So be honest in the evaluation. Be honest with yourself. I'm now taking away your privilege to drive for a year. You're not allowed to drive. You're not allowed to use be in possession of any kind of container where you can get high from it. And I don't want you to go to any Office Depot. I don't want you to go Walmart or any of these places that you can also buy these from. You understand?
Sir.
It's 180 days in jail, probated for 2 years. You will do Thinking for a Change, a DWI education class, 2 victim impact panels, a TPAS, with the conditions you must fulfill: substance abuse treatment, no breath test refusal, no drugs, no alcohol, guardian interlock so that we know that you're also not consuming alcohol, and a one-time donation of $100 to Matt. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
I think the max is a year, right? On the first, it's a year.
For probation.
Yeah. The license suspension, I think the max is a year. If it was 2 years, if I can do 2, I'd rather do 2, because I think that I just don't want you to go anywhere near a car until this problem has been tackled. Do you understand, man? Do you have any questions?
Sir.
There are other things in life that give you that kind of rush instead of using a can. You need to find another outlet. But cans, that's not a good way to go, because you're really going to sue some irreparable damage the last thing you need is to become a vegetable. And that's what invariably it's going to happen at one point or the other. How do you plead to the offense, Mr. Vansky? Guilty or not guilty?
Don't.
I will find you guilty. I will send you the agreement. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Nothing else, John.
Michael, anything else, guys?
It's just the other 2 cases.
Okay. So as a part of the agreement is this DWI, they're going to dismiss your other 2 inhalant paraphernalia cases as well. Okay. All right. And wish you best of luck. We'll have you do the TRAS, and then I guess just give me a heads up when you do it, will you? And then Craig, I'm going to reach out to you so when we get it back, I'll let you know what it is. That way, that's something that you know as well. They may say inpatient. I don't know.
Right. And you understand that. They could
Understand.
do inpatient treatment.
All right, man.
We don't know.
Best of luck.
Depends on what they feel like it's
See you soon.
Thank you for
This case involves a repeat inhalant abuse offense, where the defendant was found slumped over in her running vehicle after intentionally inhaling compressed air duster to induce intoxication. Witnesses observed her repeatedly inhaling from the can late at night, prompting a welfare check that led to her arrest, with officers confirming she was confused, disoriented, and in possession of multiple cans purchased specifically for abuse. The judge expresses deep concern that this is not an isolated incident, noting prior cases, broken promises, and the extreme danger of depriving the brain of oxygen, especially while driving, which could easily result in brain damage, death, or killing an innocent person. Finding the behavior life-threatening and escalating, the court imposes 180 days in jail probated for 2 years, a 1-year license suspension, a no-driving affidavit, strict bans on entering stores that sell inhalants, mandatory substance abuse treatment and clinical evaluation, education programs, victim impact panels, and zero tolerance for drugs or alcohol. The judge makes it clear this ruling is a last intervention, warning that any future violation will result in immediate custody and forced treatment, as the court's priority is stopping the behavior before it turns fatal.
I did.
Good morning, Miss Johnson.
It was
How are you? Come on up. So this is it Lauderdale?
Louis.
Right. Good morning, Mr. Lee. The way you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you.
Yes, Judge. Okay. On January 5th, 2025, the officer was conducting surveillance as part of a traffic crimes task force of motor vehicles racing westbound on Grand Parkway, and the officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling in lane 2 and another vehicle in lane 1. The The motor vehicle slowed down to approximately 30 miles per hour before launching at the same time in a competitive manner, accelerating to well over 110 to 125 miles per hour in a the motor vehicles raced 3 times, then pulled into a Buc-ee's. The officer observed the defendant, but was unable to locate the other motor vehicle involved in the race.
So then it says also he picked up a felony evading. He was on bond for a felony evading and now he's picked up this case, a racing?
It looks like that's the case, Your Honor. He was on bond for the evading.
I'm taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive, Mr. Lee. Do you understand? You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what is going on in your life. If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. This is an affidavit that you're going to promise me that you're not going to drive. Do you understand? There's a burning building with 50 kids in it. I don't care. Do not drive. You mind filing those conditions as well, please? No driving.
No driving. Yes, Judge.
Have a lawyer. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Johnson. He will tell you when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you pick up another case, I'm going to revoke it. And if I find that you're a danger to the public, I'm going to make it sky high. I will do everything in my power to protect my public at all costs. Do you understand? Do you want the same day as the felony? Yeah? Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to have you sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it. And then after that, you'll be free to go. All right. Thanks, guys.
Felony is only in June.
26, Your Honor.
Is it set for trial or something?
No, he was on that's a placeholder setting because it was a PTI.
What's happening? Is he still in the PTM?
It was, from my understanding, I don't know. I think it was conditions he had to do when he's almost done with it. So I think he's close. I don't know.
So is that, do you know whether they're going to keep him in that? Do they know about this?
Well, but
Does the felony court?
I'm
You're not the lawyer.
no, but they
Okay. So let's just do this. Let's just do it right. We'll do a 30-day reset. And then I don't know what's going to happen upstairs. We'll see. You just keep us in the loop. Okay. All right.
This court hearing involved Mr. Lee, who is charged with racing on a public roadway after allegedly accelerating with another vehicle to speeds between 110 and 125 mph during a traffic crimes task force operation on January 5, 2025. The judge noted that Mr. Lee was already out on bond for a separate felony evading charge at the time of this incident, raising serious public safety concerns. As a result, the judge immediately revoked his driving privileges and ordered him to sign an affidavit promising not to drive under any circumstances, warning that any violation could lead to contempt charges, additional jail time, and fines. The court emphasized strict compliance with bond conditions, ongoing communication with legal counsel, and warned that failure to follow orders or picking up new charges could result in bond revocation and harsher penalties, as the judge stated their priority was protecting the public.
All prosecutors are out next week, huh? All you guys are gone next week? Ah,
yeah, I know that he's had it.
Yeah, half that. But we have, I guess like scheduled for city with your superiors.
who?
Okay. Monday, Michael,
Okay, I know Michael.
on Tuesday, Whitney Raspberry.
Okay, she's been in here. I like her.
Wednesday, Amy Boltino.
Okay,
Thursday, Scott Cole. And Friday, Stephen Harris.
it is his got both years. You ready? Come up, Mr. Waters.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So your lawyer came in here twice. You weren't here. It's okay. I'm not going to ding you on it. my main concern is I don't want you out in the middle of the night just doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. And when we spoke to your lawyer, from what it appeared is, are you on a bus at that time?
I got my new apartment. I got all my paper right here, and we at relocated all the way in A-League right now. So the bus, it takes a long time to come. It don't come at the time that it say it'll come. So you know what I'm saying? Wherever I'm at, I'll be like, dang, you know, I'll make it.
Speak normally.
Just
Really.
because I'm
Speak normally,
just trying to,
intelligently.
yes, sir, I'm just trying to show you, like, you know, that I'm out here really trying, you know what I'm saying? I got my information.
No, you know what I'm saying? No,
I'm sorry.
just,
I'm sorry. But like,
hey, speak eloquently.
Yeah.
It shows, you know? Okay. So what are you doing now? You working?
I'm not technically working. I'm volunteering. You know, I'm handing out flyers, and I get like $100 after that. You know, it's like kind of like a volunteering thing. You know?
Why not get a full-time job?
I know I've been applying. I still got some coming in. So that's gonna take them.
So I'm gonna hold on. No, don't worry. Look, I've got resources here to help you out. Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a list of places how you can get a job.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Get a job, get a skill, get a trade. That way you can develop something so you can move up in life and make a lot of money. That's what it's about. You get a trade, learn something so you move up in the world. Not menial job handing out this because you go nowhere with this. Really. We're going to give you a sheet of paper. This is going to be a list of places that you can go to that can recruit you for work purposes. Okay. I just don't want you out in the middle of the night. Nothing good happens at 2 a.m, 1 a.m. We got to work down a way that where you're working, you still be home at a decent hour. So you're volunteering at this place? And where do you go and how long does it take for you to get home?
No, it's like at a church.
Okay. And how long does it take to get home? Are you with Mr. Waters?
Even from like where the station, transit center, where the 25 bus go to, that's 1 hour and 9 minutes away to come. So just imagine me taking a bus from wherever.
What time do you stop working?
What time do I start working? Whenever
Stop. What time do you stop working?
Like whenever we get all the flight, like it's like the maximum of 4 of us that's passing out in the neighborhood, in nice neighborhoods, and like when all the flyers are gone, because we got like 4 pages, so when all the flyers are gone, then that's
Usually what time do you finish?
usually like around, let me say, 2, 3.
2, 3 what? In the afternoon?
4, like 4 in the afternoon.
Okay, so then you take the bus to go home.
I take the bus home, then I try to go do some, like look around and go apply for jobs, stuff like that.
What is the curfew that we have on him now?
10 p.m.
And this time here, he didn't get home till like 11:30, 11:45, right?
Yeah, to 6 a.m. Judge.
Okay. I just don't want you out in the middle of the night. If you need more time, ask Jillian. We can give you more time, but you have to be cognizant, meaning that you have to understand that, actions have consequences. And if you're out there past curfew, it's not going to go well. If you need a little bit more time for work, I can give you a little bit more time. If you're out at midnight, 1, 2, it's not going to go well, Mr. Waters. You understand? Okay. So
You guys have resources for employment opportunities and an upcoming job fair on the 14th.
this is a fair that you can go to get a job. When you go there, take a shower in the morning, brush your teeth, smell good, put on nice clothes. Perception is reality. If you look bad, no one's going to give you a job. But if you go there looking professional and you speak well, then you're better chances of getting a job. You need a trade, like maybe welding, something of this nature where you can move up in this world and make $15 to $20 an hour. That's what you should be looking for. We've given you the tools. It's a matter of whether you want to go do it. Okay? All right. So let's set it. What was the date that we were going to do?
And I didn't sleep on it. Felony's not food for water.
Okay, we'll set it for the same day as the felony. Okay. This is your opportunity to get a job. Use it. All right. We'll have you sign a reset, put you on the same day for the felony so they don't have to keep coming and going. All right. All right. Come on, Mr. Waters. Thank you, Mr. Waters.
This hearing focused on Mr. Waters' bond compliance, employment status, and curfew concerns rather than new charges. The judge acknowledged that Mr. Waters' attorney had appeared previously and emphasized that the court's main concern was keeping him out of trouble late at night, noting past curfew violations tied to long bus travel time. Mr. Waters explained he had recently moved, relied on public transportation, and was doing temporary volunteer-style work handing out flyers, which the judge strongly discouraged. Instead, the judge urged him to secure steady employment or learn a trade, offering job resources, employment referrals, and information about an upcoming job fair. The court reinforced the existing 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew, warning that future violations could lead to serious consequences, while also leaving room for adjusted hours if legitimate work required it. The case was reset to align with the felony court date, with the judge stressing that this was an opportunity for Mr. Waters to stabilize his life and demonstrate responsibility.